I guess we are live. Not sure. So I hope I am live right now. And if anyone is watching, just let me know anyway. So hi guys, my name is Ratsudan, and I'm a front-end developer and a Python Python programmer working at a US company. I'm at the same time doing a degree in software engineering. Okay, so computer science and software engineering. All right, so this is just a little bit introduction on myself, like who I am, like what I do. Yep, so that's what I want to say. And today's video is like pretty special. Okay, so in this video, what I'm just going to go over is this web development guide. Okay, this is the exact guide that I prepared with whatever experience that I have, what knowledge, what I basically use to pretty much get started on web development career and making some good money. Okay. Okay, so this is the exact part I'm just gonna show you guys. And also I want to say this video is just gonna be a bit long, not around 20 minutes, might take around 30 to 40, but not 1 hour. And also I want to say it's around like 3 months guide, so you need to work around 3 months on this. And 3 months is pretty good. You need to invest time on that, so 3 months is very good. Make sure you invest around 3 months on this, and it's sort of like a 3 months guide, as I told. So we have like so many weeks for one thing and so many weeks for another thing. I'm pretty much becoming a very good front-end developer. And I would just suggest, if you're just basic, if you don't even know about coding, that's no problem. Whether you're an accountant, whether you're I don't know, like a person who's going to business degrees or something like that, this is like really suitable for you, because like anyone can code. So that's like the principle that we have. So no, anyone can code. And if you want to make some good amount of income, then yes, you can try being on this video and exploring my experience and exploring what we could do as a developer, and how could we achieve as being a front-end developer in 3 months and making good amount of money. Okay, so that's it for the introduction. So let's just jump in and see the documentation that I've prepared and see what we can do. Okay, so this is the document I prepared. This is called the front-end developer guide. So first of all, as I told before, I want to reiterate this again, that you don't need to be a coding expert. You don't need to have anything like any coding knowledge. If you know to use a computer, that's more than enough for you to get started with this part. So anybody can learn to code, and use that to make amount of income. Okay. That's it. So now we're going to look at this front-end developer guide. So what is this front-end developer guide? Why not developer guide? So when it comes to web development, now we are going to talk about web development on this. Okay, so it's really good track to get started and move yourselves forward on any other development tracks. Okay, so what is front-end web development tracks? So there's a lot of development tracks. For example, in front-end, in web development, there's front-end, there's back-end, and there's full stack. So what is front-end? Front-end is basically, to give you guys a very simple introduction, front-end is what you see in a website. For example, now you see this node thing, like the notepad, the Apple notepad right here, the Pages app right here. So if you see the the pages, the tick buttons, all of the shapes, how everything is structured and how everything is made, this is the job of a front-end developer. How everything shrinks, and just designing the whole layout and implementing this in an application or a website. This is the job of a front-end developer, which is quite easy. Okay, and the back-end developer is the person who integrates, for example, when this note-taking app, if you see, integrates the back-end. For example, now we basically create this, right? We create this document, we save it, and back-end developer in this scenario job is to basically grab that data and save it in our system, or his job in a website is to just get that data and save it in a database which is hosted in a server. So something like that. That's quite tough. So he has to go through a lot of validation. For example, like error checking, payment accepting. All of this goes into backend development. And that, for example, when it comes to payment accepting, the buttons, the input, everything goes into front-end development. Something like that. So why front-end developer first? Because you get a good understanding on how how to establish a knowledge in coding, and you cannot straight away jump into backend because you need to have this front end knowledge to go to backend. So front end developing career is the easiest and the most effective way I would consider, just to just anyone who's starting out. Okay. All right. So the first thing, guys, what this is a 3-month plan. So it's so if you see 3 into 4, it's like 12 weeks in a 12 weeks plan, which will help you to change your monthly income to at least around $300 per month easily, right? And I'll also show you how could you make money, not just the track. I will show you how to make money with this, all of these technologies, where to make money with it, and how to. So I'll be explaining and going over everything in this. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that you have to learn is called HTML and CSS. So what is HTML and CSS? HTML CSS is actually like the backbone and the like the skeleton of oops, I guess dropped frames. Why is that? Just give me a minute, guys. Can you see whether it's watching? Okay, I guess I got connected again. I don't know, I just got an error message saying okay. Like, give me a minute, guys. Let me just anyway go and check it. I don't know whether I'm connected. It's just giving me some sort of error messages. And let's go to YouTube and see. Why is the Wi-Fi not connected? See whether some other people are using the Wi-Fi. Say them to quit. Oops. Oh, I just hate this stuff when it comes to the streaming errors and stuff like that. Where is it? Let me see. Okay, can I hear? I just hate this stuff when it comes to the streaming errors and stuff like that. Okay, I guess we are live right now. I guess I'm so very sorry about that. There was some sort of an error. Okay, right now we are live, I guess. Yes, we are live, right? I get it. Okay, guys, sorry for the interruption. I don't know why that pretty much had an error. Okay, let's just jump in and see what we'll continue on this HTML CSS. So HTML CSS is the backbone. HTML CSS is the backbone and the styling of the website. If you just go to any website, I can just show you soon. Let's go to let's go to my portfolio. Right now, if you see my portfolio, this is my old portfolio. It's been like 3 months, I guess, in portfolio. So what is this, guys? It's basically my portfolio that's built with HTML and CSS and some other technologies, but HTML CSS was used to build this whole website. Okay, so HTML was used to build the layout, like the input and everything that gives the idea on how the inputs and everything work. I mean, just adding the input, and CSS was used to style this website. Okay, so HTML would basically look something like this, like website without HTML. I'll just show you a quick example. Images. Okay, so if you see like this is how a website would look without CSS. This is only HTML, and even my portfolio was just exactly looking something like this. And once you design the basic skeleton, now you can use CSS to basically add value to it, like add design to it. If you see, my website was looking something like this, and now if you see, now I've used CSS to customize this, my portfolio, and now it's looking really better and just looks really nice. So that's the power of HTML and CSS just to design the website. Okay, so that's how the HTML and CSS work. So also I'll be providing all resources, like what resources do you need to get started. So don't worry, like it's like a complete package that I will be explaining you guys. Okay, so I'll be providing where to make money and where to study, and if you have any questions, where to go and learn of these questions. So I'll provide everything here. So if you see, that's the explanation of HTML and CSS. This is what you learn. So if you know HTML and CSS, you can pretty much build websites like this, okay, something like this. Pretty not the best in the world, but just something like that. If you see the loading icon, you go like, as I go down, it's going to load. So this is what I built with HTML, CSS, and also with some other technologies, with JavaScript and some other technologies. But just to get an idea, brief idea, this is what you would expect if you learn HTML and CSS. So that's what I want to say, okay. Alright, so the next thing that so this is just going to take 3 weeks. Alright, so it's going to take 3 weeks for you to learn HTML and CSS. So I would at the last give you where to learn it, so don't worry. So first of all, you need to learn HTML, CSS for the first 3 weeks. So you have another 9 weeks remaining now. Okay, let's assume that you have finished learning HTML and CSS. So while you learn HTML, CSS, it's better to always build projects in HTML and CSS, not just learning HTML and CSS. It's always good to learn something out through building projects. So that's the main goal of it, not to just learn it and just keep it like that. You need to build projects, because that thing will actually help you a ton when you're moving to create your portfolio. You would never regret that, okay. So okay, now we know HTML, CSS, and the 3 weeks is cost, and it's gonna be in the next week. If you finish, it's gonna be a month. So we're gonna learn Sas, something called Sas, for the next week, which is the last week of the month. So what is Sas? Sas is a technology which is basically used to to add, like, give power to CSS. For example, there is CSS and Sas. CSS is just the same thing, Sas is also the same thing, but Sas gives you the power to make CSS very, very efficient. You might not get what is the difference of Sas and CSS, but I'll quickly show you what's the difference between Sas versus Sas versus CSS. And if you see, this is the power, okay. So if you see Sas, you can, like, this is a bit complicated one, let's go with this, and there we go. So this is the basic CSS, right? I mean, wait, let me just get you a good example. Just Sas versus CSS. Where can I go and give you an example? Like, I need a better one to you guys to show. There we go. This is really good, okay. So you can call Sas as less or CSS, whatever you want. But if you see this one, this CSS right now, right here, you're basically saying header h1, and you put all of this. See the line of code you write here, and see the line of code you write here. Both are the same thing, but you achieve the same results, but the way the code you write here is really, really more efficient. Because see, in one header, if you have to target the h1 in one particular header, then you could basically use this one to do it. Just say header and inside h1. So this might be like, like some other language, you wouldn't even understand it, but just don't worry about it. I'm just saying the syntax, how it is just working. And many companies prefer for you to use Sas, and that's what I'm saying, because you can easily get away with CSS. That's not a big deal, but you need to sort of know Sas. Like, once you learn CSS and you do Sas, it's going to be, whoa, I should have learned this before. So that kind of a feeling, I promise you will get that, okay. So I wanted to just get that cross. And the next thing is, then the 1 week you're going to learn Sas, right? So it's HTML, CSS, and Sas. So 4 weeks. So 4 weeks is actually done. So 1 month is done. So now you have another 8 weeks remaining. So the next week, the 5th week, what you are going to do is to learn Css Framework. So what is Css Framework? Css Framework basically provides you with custom, it just provides you with built-in styling. It makes your styling like very, very easy. For example, you don't even need to have CSS. Wow, that's very good, right? But let me just explain the pros and cons to it. But if you see, I'll show one of them. It's called Bootstrap. Let's go. Get bootstrap.com. So let's just go Bootstrap, and this is one of the called Bootstrap. So you don't need to install any CSS here. You don't need to write any CSS. If I go to examples here, there we go. They provide you all the CSS, and also if I show you the documentation, and if I show you a component, and there we go. You don't need to, if you want to create an alert symbol like this, like a design like this, you need to write a bit of a CSS, like padding, colors, and stuff. You don't need to do anything. You don't even need to have a CSS file, believe me, guys. And you just have to put a class, and whatever class they provide, if you put it like that in your HTML, your alert is just, or any design is going to turn out like that. you don't need to have CSS, and this makes your development process very easier, mainly if you're working with an admin panel which doesn't need to have a custom design component. At that time you can use something like this. But one pro is that yeah, it really easy. You don't need to learn all of this custom Sas and Css. But one benefit is this, but the drawback is actually many companies want you to build in custom CSS because they want to build custom websites, right? Like my website right now is actually built by my own CSS, like what I wrote, Sas obviously. So you cannot use I'm sorry for the background noise. You cannot use Bootstrap to build this. You can use it, but that's actually going to be that Bootstrap style, you get it? So it's just going to be common in any website. You can twist it a bit, but whenever you use a CSS framework, it's always, most of the time, very very common. So I want you to understand, companies don't prefer that using CSS frameworks, but it's very good if you're going to go into backend development or something like that, because this will give you the power to use CSS, and also just to build like simple projects, like if you want to build a YouTube video, if you want to build a calculator using JavaScript or something, which will go in the, like, in a bit, like a minute or so, you can use CSS framework. Without writing, it's wasting time writing CSS. You can focus on the main thing and just basically write your code and connect it with Bootstrap or anything. Like Merchant UI is developed by Google and Bootstrap is developed by Twitter, right? So thanks Sanjay, he's my brother, he's also a developer. Alright, so that's going to be 1 week, and if you see 3 weeks HTML CSS Sas, which is a 4th week, and CSS framework, it's 1 week, it's more than enough for you to learn. I mean, I would just learn it in like a day or two, but I'm just giving you like 1 week to take your time and learn. So then it's just going to be 3, 4, 5 weeks. Okay, so 5 weeks is pretty much done, and now you have to go into JavaScript. Okay, I probably know you guys know JavaScript, or you guys don't know. It's completely fine. JavaScript is I guess it's the second or first, but it's the leading, one of the best and leading programming languages right now in the industry. JavaScript is used from simple web browsers through to even used in very big websites. And also, I guess the SpaceX recently sent out a rocket, right? So 2 guys went to the space station, and that, like, the whole system was built from C#, but that UI system was built from JavaScript. Basically, they have something called Chromium, and that Chromium is basically built from Electron, and Electron basically has the functionalities and built from JavaScript. So by the end, when it just comes down, JavaScript just powers the whole world. Whatever applications you do, whatever, like for example, if I come right now here, and if I click on this contact menu, like, it's going to bring me here. So what is this? This is JavaScript. So the functionality that you get in a website is called JavaScript. Let me go to home, and when I click on home, it's going to go to home. How does a HTML CSS know that when I click on home it has to go up? This is the functionality of JavaScript. So JavaScript, it's just providing from just simple functionality to really high-end powerful functionality with also back-end development. And that's, if you know JavaScript, you can really become a good developer, just starting out freelancing and just going, building, learning more stuff, and becoming a 6-figure guy who's monthly earning like $100,000, like, an year making around $100,000. If you're really good, then you become, as you learn more, you get a lot of knowledge. Okay, so that's what JavaScript, like, short introduction of what is JavaScript. I don't want to take too long. But you see, first, what you should do right now, you have to learn JavaScript. I will provide all the resources, and starting off, you have to start by building simple counters, like when you click on add button, like the amount should increase to 1 or 2. I have all the YouTube videos, and I will also suggest some other YouTubers like Travis Immediate to watch them. Don't worry, I'll show you. There is a section here called references, so I'll go over that. Okay, so then you have, starting from simple counter, you need to make sure you build until a functional website. Like my website right now, it has a bit of a JavaScript code, for example, handling this, and also when I make it smaller, if it just goes like that and comes like that. So when I click out, it's gonna go. See, everything here is JavaScript, right? It just makes your website give more functionality, and everything here is pretty much JavaScript. Okay, so now if you see, let's come again. 3 weeks for HTML CSS, 1 week for Sas, which is 4 weeks. CSS framework, 1 week, which becomes so 3, 4, 5, and another 4 weeks for JavaScript. So basically a month to JavaScript. JavaScript fundamentals are so much important. Okay guys, JavaScript fundamentals are very important. So you need to know the fundamentals of JavaScript, starting from variables, creating variables. And if you know some language, other languages, JavaScript would be pretty easy to pick up, and just the same, you know, the syntax and stuff, so it's not going to be easy. But even if you're new, so don't hesitate to learn JavaScript. Learn it very well, and just take a month to learn JavaScript. It's more than enough for you to establish a good understanding on JavaScript. It's more than enough, so make sure you also learn JavaScript. Okay, very good. And now if you see, yeah, 3 9, now it's going to be 9 weeks for you in total. Okay, so 9 weeks, and you have another 3 weeks ready. So what technologies have you learned right now? You know HTML right now, you know CSS, you know how to make CSS efficient using Sas. So you also know that HTML, CSS, Sas. Now you also know Css Framework, which is another advantage if you're working with like backend development, backend server script, something like that. For designing admin panels, all of this stuff, CSS frameworks also becomes handy. So you know, like anything Bootstrap or Material UI, anything like that should be fine. And then you know a programming language called JavaScript. So JavaScript, as I told you, has its own advantages. So you know JavaScript right now, and you have now 5 technologies right now. You're from like 0 3 months ago, and like, you know, knowing like 5 good technologies after 3 months. That's a big change. And also you can make a good amount of money. In fact, you can make a very good amount of money. At least, I'm just saying, you can make around $300. I 100% assure you, and also show you how to make $300 per month, at least 300, or maybe even 400, 500, 600, all the way up to $1,000. You can do it. Okay, so I did it, and I proved, and I have the experience. I've sort of seen how the way it goes. You can also learn money with this, because you're not just studying the technologies just to chill off and sort of you know, to boast people. You're basically investing your time to study something like this, to make some good amount of income, just staying at home remotely. So that's the main goal of this whole basic. Now this is not a wizard developer. You're a very basic developer who should be able to build clean applications, clean websites like that. And also, before I go to the earning part, I want to just pinpoint 1 or 2 stuff in this the, like, you know, 5 technologies you did. So starting from HTML, CSS, I told you it's a must for you. Once you finish HTML, CSS, at least build 2 websites. At least build 2 websites. Very beautiful website. You can get a lot of inspiration. You're looking like this, like I guess this is pretty clean. So you can get some inspiration from my website, or you can head over to dribble.com. So let me just say dribble. I guess it's triple B, right? Yeah. So let's go to dribble.com. Okay, and now if you see, there we go, like these are like, you know, like insane websites. You don't need to do something like that. You can do like pretty normal websites. Like this is like pretty neat and normal, having the fonts and stuff. You can just build like very simple websites. Yeah, I can show you maybe my brother's designs. Let's go Sanjay to this one. So if you just go to this is my brother's designs, like so if you see right now, so this one, so this is a landing page he built. So basically, like, it's I guess he didn't post a new design. Alright, so yeah, whatever. And also, like, you know, he builds like for courses and stuff. So basically, you can go search up to, like, if you want to search like a website, you can say website and something like that, and get a whole lot of inspiration just by looking at. There we go. See, this is a pretty simple website. I don't want to sign in right now, guys. Okay, shut up. Okay, whatever. Now if you just see it here, that's like, these are really good inspirations. So you can just, you know, go and check it out and get some inspiration and start building. I don't want you guys to build like very basic websites, like just some stuff that doesn't look ugly, they look very ugly. No, we are actually having like 3 weeks time, which is a whole lot for you to learn HTML, CSS in the first week and build like 1 projects in the coming 1 week. So you should you should at least have a good knowledge on how to build websites very clean with a good design. Okay, so next I want to talk about design, but you need to be able to build projects as you go along. Like if you build HTML, CSS right now, build like 2 websites, very good websites, that's really good, and you come to Sas and you like take like 1 week. You can study Sas in around 2 days, 2 or 3 days. Like I just studied in a day or so. Yeah, just 1 day I guess, and then I started converting the projects that I built from CSS to Sas project to make it more efficient. And that's one of the ways that I was able to, you know, have a good understanding on Sas, where I was able to build new projects or basically convert these Sas projects CSS projects to SaaS projects, if that makes sense. Okay, and then you have a week or so to build like CSS using a CSS framework. You can build like an admin panel, like simple stuff. So you need to make sure the main goal of this is to have projects, because you don't have any degree, you don't have any certificates. How in the world would you go and show this to a customer that I know HTML CSS? How? And I also will give you tips on how to create a portfolio and stuff in the end, like like in the near end. But I'm just giving you like a brief idea. This is very must as you go along. It's very important to build projects, not just learn and keep your code with you. Okay, that's one thing. Second thing, it's always good to just to have a good taste for design, because design is very important in this 2020. And if you don't go have a good design, no one really cares a shit about I'm sorry to use that word, but no one really cares anything, even to look at your website. But if you just come to my website, and if it was like really ugly, you wouldn't even bother just to go scroll. This is pretty decent, and that's what you're here. And just the same applies to everything. So assuming that you could just develop a simple taste for design is really good, because when you're building HTML and CSS projects, you need to build a very beautiful project. You don't need to build like very like a very dirty design, like a very bad color theory and all of this stuff. You don't need to build like a very basic and a very subtle so I don't know how to prove that, like just talk to you about that. But you don't need to build something like that with a bad design. You need to have a good design and implement that in your website. Okay, that's the main idea of it. Have a taste for design and start developing for it. Okay, and one of the ways you can help taste for design is just go to Dribble and look at other people's work, or even Dribble and some of the other websites. I just forgot what's the website, but yeah, you can just go and take some good inspiration on them. Alright, so 3 weeks, 1 week, 1 week, 4 weeks, and this adapts to 9 weeks. So it's 4, 5 and 4, and it's going to be adapting to 9 weeks. So congratulations guys, if you made this until the end, you get an idea how, let's just assume you have completed this, and in 9 weeks you have 5 technologies learned, and that's really awesome. Okay, and then how would you start earning money with it? That's the exact question or people needs to do. I learned this, wow, that's really good, but how will I earn money with it? So there's a process that a lot of people know, and I'm also going to show you how to make money with it. And there's a lot of things that you need to have in advance to make money with it. Okay, so let's just jump in without wasting time and just talk about it. Earning money with whatever technologies you have learned. Okay, it's been 9 weeks, you have another 3 weeks left for to make money, which is like the part of 12 weeks. And if you see, the first 1.5 week I want you to do right now is to create your own portfolio. What is a portfolio? Portfolio is a simple website like this. Make sure it's clean, and you can showcase who are you. I can say I'm a designer, I'm a developer, I'm Raj, and I know how old I am, and then I can showcase my skills. Obviously this is a bit old, so I don't still include whatever technology I know, but just giving you a brief idea. You can show what skills do you have, and then you can show what projects you have built, what companies have you worked before, or maybe even just project. As you're starting out, you don't need to say that. You can just say what company what projects have you worked, and how passionate you're about this tech industry, and how do you see yourself inspired and just passionate about what you do, and what are the projects you have about you. If you have a YouTube channel, include that as well, because that really sort of attracts what can I say, clients just to watch, because you also show them, explain how you do stuff, so they also get an understanding that you also like this stuff to do. Okay, just a simple portfolio you have to build, and that's just going to take around let me just see whether I'm connected. Okay, so that's basically going to take around 1.5 weeks to like 1.5 weeks. Okay, so now you have 3 weeks left, and that's going to be 1.5 weeks. And what you do for the next maybe like probably 3 days, like to make it 2 weeks, you're going to go ahead and create your resume. So what is the resume or cover letter? You call it some other places, people call it the cover letter or resume, whatever. So basically what you have to do right now is to create your resume. So create a resume with your skills, expertise, experience, and your past work, and make it simple, neat, and yet informative. So just wanted to plug in that most of the people, like recruiters, wouldn't go into your resume and like 2-3 page resume. They wouldn't even bother giving the time for you for them to go, just to go to your resume and start just see. Okay, go to your resume and just spending time reading the whole resume. No, that's not the case. Okay, they'll at least, I don't know, maybe like 10 minutes or 5 minutes. So you need to make sure everything is like put up, like who are you, how what experience do you have, what projects have you built, link your projects, what are you passionate about, what experience do you have, and something like that, and create a resume. And I will create the another live stream maybe like tomorrow on how I created my resume and I got a job. And I also use that to get client works. I'm passive income, like I work in a company, I do work as a freelance, and a couple of stuff. So I'll go with that in maybe like tomorrow, day after tomorrow, in a live session, how to create your resume. But just just to give you an idea, this is how you would sort of create a resume, make it neat, and that's good to go. Okay, so now you have 2 weeks done. So you have learned all the technologies, which has been 9 weeks actually. And now you have created your portfolio, you have created your resume. So that's going to be 1.5 weeks and 0.5 weeks, and that adds up to 2 weeks. And 9 weeks technologies, what 2 weeks of creating a portfolio and resume adds up to 11 weeks. And 1 week you have left to finish your 3 months goal. So what do you do in that last 1 week? Last 1 week you're going to explore on creating your account in Upwork. What is Upwork? Upwork is a fantastic platform for freelancers to find client work. Okay, you don't need to give where you worked, where you are working, all of the details. No, you don't have an interview, you have nothing. If you have the skills, you can show it to your clients, and you can bid onto their projects, and if they like you and if they select you, you can work on that project. So I'll just give you a brief introduction on the next live stream, but make sure the last week that you are gonna do is to go ahead and create your account in upwork.com. So let me just go ahead and show you upwork.com, and I think I am signed in, I believe. Alright, I am signed in. So this is my account. Maybe after a month or so, I'll actually go into how much I've earned in Upwork. I've earned a pretty good amount of income just doing Upwork projects and also working as a developer and a programmer in a US company. But just to give you an idea, this is how Upwork works. You first, what you do, you create your account. Okay, you create your account, you get verified. It's very important for you to get verified. Okay, you have to be 18 years old at least to be verified. Okay, just to work in Upwork. Or what you could do, what I did is that you can actually use your father's details to log into Upwork, which I'm just joking, you cannot do it because they'll actually throw you out. But when you're 18, once you are 18, you can actually log in. Probably if you're watching the video right now, you're pretty much 18. Okay, so you as I told, I'm just joking, because one of my friends actually logged in into their father's name, giving all their father's account details, and actually was fired, blocked from Upwork. So these chances won't happen. Just wanted to plug this in. Like I just got a message here saying that just don't say that, because anyway, I just want to warn you guys. Once you're 18, you can do, and probably people who are watching this video it also could be 18. And also, if you're not 18, you're 17 or 16, probably there might be some ways to get into Upwork, or probably there could be some ways, at least to that there are ways to find projects on Twitter and some of the social media. Just make some good connection, and LinkedIn and stuff like that, you can find projects. So this is Upwork. So you need to make sure you also, there is something called Fiverr, which is also just a platform like that. So I don't think that has the minimum age ability of 18. Anyone can work there. Okay, so create your account, get verified, add all your good projects. So I told you, while you work on HTML, CSS and Sass, JavaScript, I told you to build projects and do this. Saves a lot of time rather than always learning the basics. And once you're like, okay, I guess I'm pretty good in the basics, now I can build projects. No, that kind of mentality should never pop up. Okay, you need to learn while making projects. That's why you can finish it in 3 months, and that's the most efficient way that I would consider for you to do it like that. Okay, that's really awesome. Okay, so yeah, whatever projects you have built, make sure, and also rate the portfolio. Okay, one thing I want to point out, guys, I forgot this about saying in the portfolio, you have to at least have 5 solid and different projects. Okay, and as you go in HTML and CSS, you need to maybe have for one restaurant, you need to have for like a business company, you need to have it for a food company, like different types of designs and different types of websites, which has its own capabilities, like different designs, different functionalities and stuff, and that's the must. Okay, one project wouldn't just get the work done. You need to at least have 5 solid projects. Okay, 5 solid projects. By the way, I also have a free I also showing you a bit of a 200 subscribers special. I'll be providing you with some good value. So if you want to learn what's the, if you want to get into that, or what that basically is, I will say you by the end of it. But let's just finish it and move on. Okay, so create your account, get verified. I told you to create right now to create like 5 projects in Upwork. Now this is like a basic developer track. Okay, so not a wizard in front end. You have to learn as you earn, you have to learn. I'll also go over that in a minute, but right now what you have to do, it's the last week, add all your projects to your Upwork account, okay, and make sure you charge around 9. I started working for like peanuts, like $9, $8, but $8 in Sri Lanka is pretty good. But also people are willing to pay you like $25, like $20 to $25, which is like 4,000 or 3,500 in Sri Lanka, which is pretty good amount of income that you receive per hour. Okay, so I made it $9 like when I was starting, and now it's not $9 obviously, but if you're starting out, it's always good to start around 8 to 9 or 9 to $12, something like that. Don't go over to 15, start to 9 to 12. That's a pretty good amount of hourly rate that you can charge when you're starting out. Okay, and then start bidding for projects, man. This it, guys. Start bidding for projects with 20 connects. They'll give you 20 connects for free when you join. So if I were to go and bid for this project, this project would require 2 connects. Okay, so they'll give you 20 connects. So you have to just basically come here and just submit a proposal, and then you can select your account, and then you can start bidding for this project. So you can, so if I have like very low connects, because right now I'm working with a lot of websites, I have orders, so I don't have time actually to do more Upwork projects, if that's the case. But you can have connects. With that 20 connects, you can pretty much apply and at least get like one pretty good paying Upwork project per month. That's pretty easily you can do it. Alright guys, that's it. Congratulations if you made it until this end. That's it, and you can start earning. That's like the very simple roadmap that you can follow for the next 3 months, and now you can start earning. At least, guys, you can earn around $300 per month. At least, guys, it's like minimum. There's no way you can go lesser than this. You can at least make $300 per month, which is pretty good when you're starting out. If you're studying and stuff, it's pretty good amount of income. I started off like that, and now I'm making pretty good passive income. Just I wanted to plug that in. It's really good if you have made it until this end. And that's it, you can start earning. But now, congratulations if you made it until the end. How many times I have to say this? Okay, so now you know what to do, what to learn, how to make money and how to create a portfolio, all of this. But where the hell do you go and learn all of this? Like, where do you go and learn? Where do you have to spend money on that? On which course do you have to learn? And all of this. So this is what I'm going to provide you with, all the references, all the stuff that you need when you face problems, and just a guide, the actual guide on how you could pretty much become a developer. And one thing, first off, right after, I want to say this is all completely free resources. I didn't even pay like $1 for any courses. Right now I'm paying and studying like a Mon Stack course. That's a pretty different, that's a pretty hard course. But like when I was starting out, like making around $300 to $500 per month, I didn't really study any paid courses. Everything was free. So I'm going to provide you with the exact links or what resources that I used. One is I use YouTube channels, which is, you probably would have known. If you don't know, his name is Travis Media. He's a YouTuber, he's a web development YouTuber. He's really a full stack developer who makes really awesome content on YouTube, and everything is studied starting from HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and right now I'm learning Next.js and some of the other technologies, React and all of this. I learned from Travis Media, and everything course. He also has courses, but more than enough for you to spend time on his free courses, and you can pretty much study. You also have YouTube channels like David, okay, which is also a really fun YouTube channel. You can learn a lot of JavaScript here, and you also can learn a lot of JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Sas here in Travis Media. And you also have Net Ninja. He pretty much posts not like project-based courses. He basically posts like crash courses, like HTML, CSS crash course, Sas crash course. He doesn't, and that's also a good thing. He builds projects while teaching you the fundamentals of all those technologies, which is also pretty good, which is also something that I learned. But so I would really highly recommend to you that. Okay. Alright, And then you have websites. So if you want to refer to it, for example, one is W3 Schools. W3 Schools is also a good website. If you want to find any documentation, MDN Docs is also good. And CSS tricks, probably you should know if you are getting into CSS, because they provide you with good articles, they provide you with good design inspirations, they provide you with a lot of articles, videos, the blogs, and a whole bunch of it. So make sure you also just go and give if you have any questions, just go and see the website as well. Okay, so all right, you learned it from a YouTube channel. Now you're doing stuff and all of this stuff, but what if you have any questions? Who's there to help you? Like, you're not paying anyone to teach you something like that. Who is actually there to help you? Guys, understand, if you're getting into programming and this simple coding, Google is your best friend. I mean, Google is all's best friend, whether they're into business analytics or any accounting stuff or anything. Google is your best friend. But it's like like a best friend for programmers. Google, you need to make sure you always Google stuff, and that searching for the questions itself is a skill of its own. You need to know how to search stuff. For example, if you have a problem in your lineage search in a Python program, you have to say that's pretty simple, like lineage search in Python, and you could find the answers. There's a whole bunch of links. The next up is Stack Overflow. So Stack Overflow is mostly that I use. Pretty much any questions I search, someone would have answered this in Stack Overflow, so you use that resource to get it. And also very cool, if you want to get into get with designers and immediate helps, and if you don't know, if your Python program is not working and you want someone to help on it, you can join really good Discord servers. The one I am right now joined, I've joined Christians, Travis Medias. They are not I'm sorry to say, they are not really that really the great people. They are not really replying, or they won't really get back to you as much. But right now, Florian Pop, he's also a good YouTuber, so I link everyone, whoever I studied from, his Discord really awesome. It's also it's always it's also very much enthusiastic people are there, and also it's very much crowded with a lot of people. So I suggest you to just join this Discord server. So you just have to go to Discord and type, hey guys, this is my issue and I use this technology to use it. Take a screenshot of your problem, could anyone help me? And within around 2 hours, people will just get back to you and help you with the issues. And I cannot stress enough how much that time has helped me, because I had a lot of problems and a lot of people helped me. And also, pretty much join Reddit pages. If you have any questions, just post it, and people might also just reply to your posts and stuff like that. Okay, and one thing noted, guys, there is nothing impossible in coding. Yes, just search your questions. That searching is itself your skills. It's part of your skills. So always try not to forget to search any stuff. Don't try to do it in your own. It's good you're trying to do, but most of the time it's pretty hard to just keep it possible. So just go and search your questions. That's one thing. Alright guys, so now I want to mention a very important point right now. Okay, right now you've been a good you have been a good developer, you have learned the basics, you know where to study, you know how much you could make and where to make. You can do it in Fiverr, Upwork, or even land a simple job which pretty much pays you around $500 to $700. I mean, $500 maybe for Html and Css just per month. Okay, you can do it. But this is the secret of program, coding, that you can expand your income. This is the most secret. Okay, read this code. Never stop learning even when you're earning. That's the exact secret, guys. Never stop learning even when you're earning. Even when you make good income of even when you make good amount of income, never stop learning. The more technologies you learn, the more you get paid. For example, a front-end developer right now, the track, you just know 5 technologies, right? Which is good for you to get started, to get a good understanding on this computer, how this stuff works, how coding works, and a good grasp of it. But as you move forward, this is just a simple thing. It's just oh yeah, it's obvious, something like that. So you can make money of this. So this is what I'm saying. If you know this, you can make money of this. As you're making money, freelancing or any other stuff, never stop learning. Never stop learning. I want to stress this out. Still I am learning. I'm still learning Merge Stack. I'm still learning. I'm going to learn mobile development and stuff like that. I'm going to just learn. Keep on learning, because as much as you learn, your skills and your expertise, your knowledge expands. As much as your skills and knowledge expands, your income, and the more you can help a lot of people. That's what I'm trying to say. If I know something, I can help a lot of people. If you learn more, you can help a lot of people who was pretty much like you before, something like that. So that's the secret. Never stop learning, even when you're earning. That's a must, guys. That's really a must. Okay, so yeah, make money, but while you make money also, once you're pretty good at it, you're making websites. Okay, and then you start going into like React, which is a front-end framework that's also pretty high paying right now. I'm a React developer and also React Next.js developer, also learning backend development with JavaScript, Node.js, MongoDB, and all of this stuff, and also looking to learn React Native to build mobile applications. So I'm always keen, I'm very happy to learn, because not just about the money itself, like learning itself is very good because it just keeps you motivated in what you do. It's really important for you to learn. That's that's like the main secret. The more you learn, the more you make money, the more you have experience, and you can have a good passive income to help you have a better and a productive and a very good happy life, right? Alright guys, so anything is possible with God's grace. I want to end it like that. Anything here is possible with God's grace plus hard work. Okay, hard work is completely important, 100% genuine hard work. I cannot stress enough how much hard work I put right now. I'm using a good computer. Just for an example, I'm using like a MacBook right now, the 2020 MacBook. But when I was starting to learn, when I was learning coding, I had a second gen i3, which is like super slow, like 3 or 4 GBs of RAM. Is like super slow, and that's how I got started, guys. So now I have like pretty good technology, like a monitor and some of the stuff that helps me to be productive. That's how I got started. So anything is pretty much possible with whatever you have. Try to learn everything for free. Don't invest on anything. Just invest on time and hard work, pure hard work, and make sure you have like super hard work. Like I would say 100% when you're starting out, guys, 100% you wouldn't understand anything, right? Well, I mean, like in the first, like when you watch a first video, you might not understand anything, and that's completely fine because you're learning a different language. Sort of like HTML CSS aren't a different language. So let's take like JavaScript. It's a language, it's a programming language, but you cannot understand it like on the first day itself. Don't worry about it. Just go. Okay, you don't understand, okay, it's fine. Just build projects. Just go on, and one day, 100% guys, one day you will understand that language. You will become very, very comfortable. This will happen in like 1 week or so. Okay. Every day put on 2 hours to like 3 hours. If you can, possibly 2 hours is more than enough, but try to put like 3 hours. So just to study. And also like it's like super cool when you get into this, when you start understanding, you can develop, you can really scale your abilities, like building like hard projects, and that becomes very simple for you because you know the fundamentals already, right? So also hard work is not only the only hard work is very, very important, plus God's grace is also important, because everyone put hard work in the world and they also achieve everything, but God's grace is also important for us to move forward with it. Okay, so be humble, be patient. What can I say more, guys? Like be humble, be patient. Like 3 months is a good amount of time you can invest. It's all free. I mean, everything is free, guys. Like you're getting Upwork clients, they're giving you 20 connects, you can build projects, you can bid for projects. Everything here is free. Okay, everything here is pretty much free. The only thing that you need to do is just invest in time, invest in your time, invest in your effort, invest in your time, effort, and also have good determination. And I mean, that's it. Thank you so much, guys, whoever has been in this pretty much live stream. One guy is viewing my live stream right now. I'm pretty happy. Like 2 before, but could you just just, if you don't mind, if you can just type your name, just say just sort of okay, just say a hi or something like that. Would really mean a lot, like if you could just drop a hi or something like that. But anyway, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. And one last thing I want to point out, I told you that I will be giving you something, something valuable by the end. Yes, now I want to talk to you about that. It's actually right now I plan to conduct free Zoom classes, absolutely free Zoom classes. I'm going to teach people which resources, something like this, but we actually go into being more personal about how the person is, how we do stuff according to that particular person. Whatever knowledge he has, I would provide him with a simple guideline according to him, like a custom guideline, or just talking to each other how you can be better at coding, or how to start your track as a coding into web development and stuff like that. It's like a personal Zoom class. So it's completely free. If you want to have a class with me, or just to have a chat with me and sort of talk about this, how to get into this stuff, make sure you just drop an email for me, so I'll schedule you a call. So my email, I'm just type my email here. My email is rajsudan666 at gmail.com. So make sure you drop a comment. I mean, you just say hi. My name is this and this. I'm free on this days. Could we have a call? I need to discuss this and this stuff. I have doubts in that. Feel free to do it. And yes, I'm looking forward for anyone who's pretty much interested in that. I'm also interested in helping a lot of people. And yeah, that's it. And thank you so much for anyone who's gonna watch it in the future, or the person who's watching right now live. I really appreciate it. I appreciate anyone who's helping me out. And also thank you for 200 subscribers. And if you have subscribed, and thank you so much, it means a lot. I mean, it's like insane, like 200 people around the globe is just loving to watch. I mean, just liking or just supporting me, giving that subscribe, saying that my videos just means something to them. That's also insane. And if you are new to this channel, if you are not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe, turn on notification, and also leave a like, so a lot of people could benefit on that. Okay. Alright guys, so then that's it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. I also have like more other tutorials in I'm just go to my YouTube channel real quick. So let's go right now. Okay, I'm just going live. That's nice to see. Okay, so if you see here in videos, I also have like simple videos here, like Python automation. Yesterday I did a intro to Python web automation, so I'm trying to make live streams quite often, so it's very easy for me as well as helping somebody. Okay guys, thank you so much for it. And if you want to support me by any means, like so the best thing that you can do is sort of liking my videos and sharing with your friends. I don't know, it's just loading, but it's fine. Okay guys, thank you so much. And I will also have this document right now, the exact document, linked in the description. Not right now, maybe when the live is published, I will edit it and have all of my links, social media link, and also like this in the description, so then you can just go ahead and download it and just use it. If you want to give it to your friend, or just take a look at the documentation, yeah, completely fine. I will leave it. Okay, thank you so much. Thanks again for watching. I mean, just thanks again for 200 subscribers. That really means a lot. And I told you, if you want a Zoom class, like a free Zoom class, everything is very, very free. You just have to sit with me and explain your situation. I will give you how to study, what to study, and in what kind of time you can achieve this and start making good amount of income to afford for your studies and stuff like that. Okay. So yes, I guess that's it. Now I have like 2 viewers. Could you just comment your names, or drop a hi or something? I really appreciate that. Could you just do it, like say a hi or something, so I know who's actually watching this right now? So I'll just wait until you give a hi or something. Let me see. Like there's no choice. Like at least you say hi, or at least I sort of have to wait until you say a hi or something. I have the I believe like one day this channel might grow and I can help a lot of people and stuff. Also guys, by the way, it's not only my channel, just remembered, my brother is also a front-end developer, so you can go to his channel called Sanjay Raj. He has 410 subscribers. So he's busy with his exams, so I will also be making videos in his channel, so like a live stream on teaching people on a React project or stuff like that. So make sure you subscribe to his channel as well. Congratulating for 400. It's me 200. Let's see how it goes. Anyway, thank you so much guys. Thank you so much for watching this long live stream. I hope I added some value or made your day good, giving you some kind of help on how to grow your career, stuff like that. Thank you so much for watching guys, and I will talk to you soon, and peace, and see you later in my next live stream, maybe tomorrow. Bye guys, see you, and